Hi, what's up? It's Jane Talvio, and I got a ring light. So now I'm so happy about that. I love this lighting. Don't have to worry about if it's sunny outside and opening of the window and the lighting only being good if it's sunny out. So, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I woke up in the middle of the night. I had a nightmare about like a couple of teenagers having like wooden sticks and hitting my brother's truck. Super random. But I woke up at 4 a.m. and couldn't sleep after that. And yeah, but I want to come on here, and as always, the timestamps will be down below. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about this conversation. Yes, I did choose to make a YouTube channel, but today I'm going to be talking about attachment and how, ooh, yeah, it's kind of going to be kind of open here and say I've struggled a lot with attachment and like purposefully self sabotaging myself with the relationships that I end up with in when it comes to like guys. Like, if they're not emotionally available, then I go to them, and if they're if they're not looking for anything serious, then I would purposefully self sabotage in the past. And I have to say everything in the past because I don't want to continue this going forward. And then what would happen is that because my identity, really at the end of the day, my identity was really attached to these people and, these fun things we would do together, like these hobbies we would pick up when things would completely end, when the attachment was cut, it would leave me feeling super empty and not knowing to do with my time. So I decided to depend on the one thing that, well, I mean, there's some things I can do that are fun and that no one can take away from me, but spirituality, no one can take that away from me, which is why I want to build this channel. And also, I need more connection with other people, especially other young women, because I feel like I just need more estrogen in my life. And I do tend to be friends with people significantly older than me, and that's cool. I value those friendships. But it's also like something has seriously been lacking in my life. And yeah, I will admit that sometimes I was too in my head, too distracted by these connections, these attachments that ultimately wouldn't work out in the end during my self sabotaging. Lots of time I'd be so in my head I wouldn't be able to be present with my female friends, or wouldn't even put in the effort. So bad. Um yeah, but I'm working on that now. Wow, okay. It's just me admitting to some traits about myself I don't like. Something I was going to say though is I believe when it comes to attachment that we attract the mirrors of ourselves. I have yet to meet somebody in my life who is not a direct mirror of what I'm thinking or feeling about myself. So if I'm feeling insecure, desperate, I'm going to meet people who have low vibrational energy. But hey, I really hit it off with them. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because they are also in the same headspace. And it's fun to like text somebody a lot, like a romantic partner, as you're getting to know each other and it's a rush, but it's also a lot of anxiety. And yeah, it's not good to get used to that, to get used to like talking to them all the time. Not in the beginning, it's very dangerous with romantic partners. Yeah. Anyways, now that I've told my whole life story, no, not even close. I will do I will introduce the decks. So, I got this one, Angel Therapy Oracle decks, Doreen Virtue. And I'm sorry, Doreen, I know that you don't like when people use your cards anymore because you don't believe in this kind of stuff anymore. The second one is also another Doreen Virtue. And yeah, if it looks like it's being used a lot, that's because I've had this deck since I was 14 years old and I've used it quite well. And then finally, so there actually will be 3 piles today, and I just felt generous. So this one, yeah, Wild Woman mystery cards. And you don't have to be a woman for this stuff to resonate. But for some reason, I was drawn to this card, that deck. So now I'm going to go into the first reading. If you picked pile number 1, this is for you. So a lot of these cards are super similar in pile 1. Normally I feel like I have to like go into a very specific breakdown of each card, but in this case I feel like they're all so similar. I don't need to break it down too far, but I will, because I mean that's what I'm here for. So first is freedom. So this is saying you have the freedom to be whoever you want to be. You're not chained down by any shackles. So whatever your attachment is to, you got choices here, you got options. And then these other 2 are so similar, it's kind of like a package deal. So release and surrender, and have you asked your angels for help with this? So this one is reversed, meaning that there is a blockage, or maybe you're too stubborn. Maybe you're thinking, no, I don't need help with this. I can figure out this issue I have an attachment with on my own. I'm independent. But they're saying, no, you need to release and surrender. You need to ask us for help and stop trying to figure this out on your own. Like, of course, there's free will, but ask yourself, do you really want to be dealing with this attachment issue anymore? Then the second pile, if you said pile number 2, there's a lot of energy of some other person being involved. So and it's saying destiny, so you need to like go within and think, what do I want my destiny to look like? What does my best self look like? What am I doing? Might have to make some changes. Maybe your destiny looks a lot different than your life right now. With who you're attracting into your life, that's also possible. Because I got new partner, so you can meet somebody who will help you with your path, or who is also on the same path as you in like a positive, constructive way. But you just need to focus on, well, you need to be a little bit selfish, and but not in a bad way, just like focus on yourself and your own destiny, what you want from this life. And then very appropriately, we also got cut your cords reversed. So it means that there's a blockage with some other person in the past that's preventing you from being who you want to be. It could be as simple as someone in your past, they had this belief about you that was made you feel like, oh, I can't achieve what I want to achieve. Or it could be a past relationship that's still latching onto you, making you feel like you're held hostage, like you can't do whatever you want. So if you said pile 3, there's a lot of, you're going to need to go to nature for help. You're going to need to use natural ways of healing. So I've got like so many reverse cards today. But shadow reversed. So you need to acknowledge the shadow parts of yourself. The parts of yourself that you're trying to suppress. They need to come to light, even just to yourself. Acknowledge, yeah, I don't like this about myself. I know I have this really terrible habit, and I need to embrace it to myself. I can't suppress it anymore. Don't suppress those feelings, and don't suppress your shadow self. And then also got the ocean. So this is saying, it could literally mean that you should go to the ocean and just enjoy just the energy from the ocean. Maybe go and dip in, or it could also be just take a relaxing bath, drink more water, and feel the healing energy of water in general, and how good it feels. And maybe you're a water sign like me, where you've always been deeply connected to water. I know I've been connected to water since I was probably like 5 or 6 years old. People used to call me a mermaid because I was always spend so much time in water, but more time in water than out of water. Maybe you're the same. Maybe you just need that good old water. Sorry. And then crystals. This is reversed. So anytime that there's, well, in this case, when it's reversed, I'm getting the feeling that there's like a blockage. Like it's really, yeah. It could also mean that it's the opposite meaning of whatever it would be upright. But for all these reverse cards, I'm getting the feeling that there's a blockage. So crystals, this means maybe you need to go to, either it means you need to go to a store that sells crystals and feel which one, like let the crystal energy heal you. Or it can also mean that you're just a really sensitive person in general, which would make sense considering that bodies of water are good for you, and it's good for you to just kind of, be one with like the natural world around you. That's a very sensitive person trait. So yes, wow, this is a long video, but thank you for listening.